Hi family, how are you doing today? It's good to be talking to you again on the 5th episode of the JethRoe Revealed video series. I'm so happy to be sharing with you, especially today, about my role models in music. We know that everybody who is doing something is probably inspired by someone, and this is true not just with me but with many other people, footballers, musicians, writers, businessmen, and whatever it is. And so similarly, I have people that I draw a lot of inspiration from, a lot of motivation, a lot of energy from. And the first one I want to start with is in songwriting. My motto is Kirk Franklin. So many people probably know him. He's a multi Grammy winning gospel contemporary artist and producer, and a choir leader and instrumentalist. And I love his way of songwriting. And one day when he was being interviewed about his songwriting, he said one thing that he never forgets is that God is the songwriter, he's just the pen. And I think this is a very good thing that I have liked from him. And every time he writes a song, he says that what makes a song count for him is the level of sincerity and honesty that he puts when he's writing the song. He writes the story the way it is, and so it is the depth of honesty and sincerity in writing the story in those few lines of the song that really matter. I admire how he does his things and how he has hanged along throughout gospel music history, and now he is known as a senior, as a mentor, as a general in the gospel music thing. I also like how he relates with people who are coming up in music. One day he was receiving an award, and he was in the same category nominated with people like Travis Green and Brian Courtney and many other guys. And he said, everybody clap for these boys. Look at these boys. This is the future of gospel music. I am already fading out. And so I think this is a very important thing that we have to understand. We must understand that we have our time and our chance, and when ours is fading out, we should be able to recognize new talents that are coming in. And so I'm humbled by his spirit of mentorship that he's given to other artists. Number two, when it comes to contemporary music, I love Mali music. Mali music is also Black American. I like how he does the gospel music. If you don't read his lyrics, you will not understand his music, and you will always think he's just doing flat social music. But there is a lot of depth of Christianity in his music that needs a very critical listening. And I think that he focuses a lot also on addressing social challenges. For example, songs like Heavy Love, where he talks about restoring love in families, brothers and sisters, and fathers and mothers, and that kind of a feeling really is very inspiring. When it comes to worship, I am motivated by Bishop Benjamin Dube. This is a very, 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 very humble but great South African bishop who has been in the ministry for quite so long. A few weeks ago, I was watching videos of 1990s when he was already singing, and now it's very important to note his way of doing things. He takes music as a moment to engage people to worship, and this has yielded into events like the Spirit of Praise, which runs every year, and many other events in which he organizes and brings on very many gospel artists to just come on the same stage for the purpose of leading the nation in worship. And I think this is a very brilliant thing. I also like how he's mentored his children, and who are called the Dube brothers, a very brilliant trio which is now taking over South Africa for the kingdom. And it's very nice to see that a father is singing on stage and his children are actually also now an independent brand, but they're still singing with him. It's very humbling. In vocals, I admire Jonathan McReynolds. He's a very nice vocalist. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, you just go to YouTube and look for Jonathan McReynolds and try to hear his music. You will be inspired. I love this. And among the instrumentalists, many people know that I try to do some piano, although I also try the guitar and just drums. But I love the piano, and I love how Kirk Franklin and Mali Music dribble the piano. They inspire me a lot. Every time I'm watching them perform, especially live, I'm looking at their fingers doing that magic, and it's so inspiring for me. So thank you very much. We're gonna meet in the next episode where I talk about my dream collabo. God bless you. Thank you for sticking around. So be it. Thank you, Jesus. When the darkness closes on me, he says I'm your star.